such a shame. I heard the wind say this morning, be still my heart, I age, my years at the mention of your name. What a pity this season. You remember me, my dear one. I don't recognize myself, I'm not the one you knew. Behold the labyrinth. Walk around these empty rooms. We once moved like the morning. Silhouettes they haunt this house, like your memory haunts me now. As if it were a dream. As if it were a dream. And it's such a shame. I heard the wind say this morning, be still my heart, I age, my years at the mention of your name. What a pity this season. You remember me, my dear one. I don't recognize myself, I'm not the one you knew. Behold the labyrinth. I heard the moon has visions of her nightly, and I heard the mighty river call out his name. And I saw the skies and the earth, yes, I saw the skies and the earth crying over you. And it's such a shame. I heard the wind say this morning, be still my heart, I age, my years at the mention of your name. What a pity this season. You remember me, my dear one. I don't recognize myself, I'm not the one you knew. Behold the labyrinth. Remember everything we had, every breath of this place creaking. I'm familiar with the cold, with the windows and the doors, and the sound of my heart beating, beating in and out of time. And it's such a shame. I heard the wind say this morning, be still my heart, I age, my years at the mention of your name. What a pity this season. You remember me, my dear one. I don't recognize myself, I'm not the one you knew. Behold the labyrinth. Walk around these empty rooms. We once moved like the morning. Silhouettes they haunt this house, like your memory haunts me now. As if it were a dream. As if it were a dream. And it's such a shame. I heard the wind say this morning, be still my heart, I age, my years at the mention of your name. What a pity this season. You remember me, my dear one. I don't recognize myself, I'm not the one you knew. Behold the labyrinth. I heard the moon has visions of her nightly, and I heard the mighty river call out his name. And I saw the skies and the earth.
Alright. Oh god, I've got a response to that. We are live. So what I said we wouldn't do, we did. Um, so, hi everyone. Welcome to the stream. We have the wonderful Dawn this evening. Oh, I shouldn't have drunk that ginger beer. I can feel the gas brewing. Pardon me. Well, it wasn't as bad as it could have been. So we have Dawn. So Dawn from Dawn.
Yeah.
We'll probably get questions about Dawn. We can talk about Dawn, and it's alright. This is a joke that's been going around my head all day, so it was going to come out quite quickly.
I've never heard it before.
Haven't you? Oh wow!
Never. End sarcasm. Yeah, there's a very high chance, I'll say now, that we might get joined by a cat. Because I think we can maybe see someone asleep here, and she does snore. Brilliant. But it's much cuter than when I snore. So.
Yeah, it's much cuter than when I snore as well. So let's see what else we got. Hello, evening, or hello. Are you new around here? The Model Railway Man. No, the Model Railway Man's been.
I don't think I've met Model Railway Man.
Yeah, he's I can't remember his name. I've watched him stream. Yeah, Mike. That was it.
Hello, Mike.
Mike's doing a wonderful stream. Was doing the streams where he's playing it's like a role play game, but a solo role play game. And it's just dice, pen, and paper, pretty much. And I think I was getting ready to go off and do a stream myself, so I could only watch for like 20 minutes. But cool. It was really, really good. So I would say, if you get the chance to go and watch that. Do you have VODs at all, Mike? Let us know in chat. Welcome to chat, my fine fellow. Do you really do trains? One of my friend's dads used to have an epic setup. Hi all. Hi, boss lady. My friend once had a cool setup. Tunnels and hills.
Boss lady.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been promoted.
Oh no, that's to my other half. Helen just said that. Oops. So that's like chief mod. That is.
Yeah, don't bring me in front of HR, Helen. I'm not trying to usurp you.
Oh no.
Bless.
No, it's a long day at work, so I don't think she'll be very vocal today. You made your guest yawn already. Perfect time for the stream. Just finished my High Rollers episode. Dawn Squared. Yeah. There we go. Well, thanks, Ben. Drunken will say, hello, thanks. I think I do, but it's likely they're muted because I play Spotify when I'm playing. Right, okay. Already done. Hello, Admiral Bears. Hello, everybody. Welcome. So I've worked my way, I've caught up with chat. I don't do that too often.
Yeah.
So I was going to talk. So LARP general. LARP in general. What? How did you start in LARP?
Oh.
Or roleplay, I should say, really.
Roleplay. I think I'd done some message boards back in the day, in the deep dark of the noughties, and then moved to West Mids to be with my now husband Tom, who you can sort of see in the background here. He's very shy. He's not. He's Alfie, but he's often on as the entertainment streams as Alfie von Olberg, singing the very rude songs.
Yes.
That's the one. So
and my underground aviary.
Let's let about that the better. Hootie and the Bullfish. So moved down here, and he'd been in his society for like years and years, so I joined a couple of tabletop games, and we kind of knew some people were doing LARP. We'd heard about it, and we'd heard about different ones, but sort of like in passing over my head.
Yeah.
And then he got invited to Empire. Someone said, oh, you should come along to him. But this was back in 2013, so I think he started back in year 1, E1.
Yeah.
And someone sort of tried to explain it to me. So it's like tabletop, you're all going to get dressed up, and you'll be camping. And I heard the word camping, I was like, no, hell no to the no. Because I had never done camping before in my life at that point, which might sound weird, because I remember saying that in a conversation with family, and my mum said, oh used to go camping all the time. And I thought, well, we as a family, me as a child, never went camping.
Yeah.
Which tells me something about as adults, you guys didn't want to do it. So I was like, oh, am I going to cope? Do I know what I'm doing? I'm not an outdoorsy person. And then fast forward a few more years, I think to about 2016, after the final E4, Tom's like, oh, there's a player event. It's a LARP thing. Maybe you'd like to try. We'd just gotten married, and we think we'd agreed we'd use money on sensible things, but we'd use a little bit of money to buy ourselves like a treat for getting through the wedding planning. So, like, if you've organised a player event, I'll say that now, like, organising a wedding is... It's going to be cake, apart from arguing about the numbers with your vendors. Like, if you've done a player event, you'll probably be able to do a wedding fine. But
Excellent.
if you've not gone through that, then I'd sort of gone through that, and one of the things they talked about was sort of what we would call event drop for LARP, but that they talked about sometimes after the wedding, you're sort of like, you're looking for that thing because you've spent a year, maybe 2, planning this massive thing.
Yeah.
And you're going to be sort of like, what am I meant to be doing with myself? You won't be used to not spending at least a little bit of time each day planning. And he'd sort of said to me, ooh, well, we could spend some of this. You could get yourself a nice dress from Arm Street. We could go to the castle, which is warm and indoors. And I was sort of, all right, I'll give it a go. I suppose if it's warm and indoors. And then I went along, I was sort of like, this is interesting. I was very overstimulated. So I wasn't very good at self-care. I hadn't been in that arena, and I was a bit sort of like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So I was still kind of taking it in. And then afterwards, I was sort of like, I want to do more about this, but I don't know if I'll cope with the camping. And then I was sort of like, one night I sort of said, I think in March, it was about like a month after the event, I was sort of like, I would like to consider trying the first event. And I know how I said it. I was sort of like a child sort of going, I shall try the medicine. Because it was just so outside of my comfort zone. And he was sort of, really? We're going to try? I was like, yes, we'll see how it goes. I'm not making any promises, but I'll try. And I went along. Again, wasn't very good at taking care of myself, but I was like, I want to be able to try this more and do better, so book myself up for the rest of the year.
Brilliant. That's really cool, because Helen had there's like a bit of a reversal. Her first event was the tent leaked. She ended up in like a little tiny 2-man tent with a friend of hers, so everything was really cramped. It was cold. She was wet. It was miserable for her, and all this. And she's been coming for years now. So
that's great.
Well, it worked out wonders for me because we're engaged in that now, so it's great.
Hey.
So so yeah, it's so as Ben says, I'm enjoying that rolling mist. I've tried a new background on the stream, so it's very it's very Navarre. Well, it's very Navarre woods for me.
Okay.
So it's got a nice bit of open and there's sort of like rolling mist and stuff like that, and it's really, really cool. So and it all went downhill from there. Yes, thanks, John Concorset. Yeah. Yeah. And then she met me. We'll see how it goes. Always has interesting results with love. Yeah. I thought that story was going to end with, and then she met Steve. Yes, Ben, thank you. And Helen says Stockholm syndrome sets in quick. So
Wow.
she's not wrong. She's not wrong. It took days. So then you tried. So then you came off to, was it Dawn straight away for you?
Yes, straight into Dawn. We had friends in there. Yeah. And I think after I'd sort of said, I'll give it a go, we met up with some friends and they were sort of, oh, so you're coming. It was sort of slowly sort of coaxing, oh, sort of like I was a kitten hiding under a car.
I just dribbled my drink all down myself.
So we had a group, and it was like, right, okay, so this is the setup, and Tom is a knight errant, and he's not had his nobility yet, and these are the people running the group, and blah blah blah. And I got there, and on the Saturday afternoon, the effing died in a skirmish. And it was a skirmish that has been talked about several times, I think, here. But they died, and it was very sad. And then we definitely didn't go on a vengeance skirmish after that with their temp characters, which was good fun. And we went drinking in the marches and decided to noise up one man called Magic Errol. If anyone knows who he is.
Heard of him.
We had some interesting conversations and met a Marcher porn baron.
Ooh.
He's real. He's out there. The truth is out there.
Potato brazzers. So, yes, classy Steve. Yeah, so the worst thing is that I did it once, and then I immediately had my next sip of my drink and did it twice. So, I'm doing really, really well. I'm not good at swallowing, me.
Oh, that's just too easy. That's too easy.
I know. So because I first met you and Tom when there was talk of you joining Hurst Hall, because you came into the R tent that evening with your sort of new character or characters in mind, I guess, and that was when me and Chris were, things were drugs had been taken. We were off.
Yeah, you were off.
We were gone.
Your little tits on Twilight.
They're not.
So yes, again, Tom had been killed off. His character Vulpes had sadly he'd had since year one, not E1. I think it's like E3 or E4.
Yeah.
Very sadly perished in the battle, which was quite traumatic in of itself, because I think a Wintermark medic came and got me in my tent. So I was I'd popped back to get some food, and then I was going to go and find another character on field, and they were like, "Are you this lady? You need to come to the medical tent now." And I'm like,
"Oh dear."
What? It was quite a full on day. I think we turned up that night because Tom knows other Chris Gallen. They've been mates for years. Tom got Chris Gallen in, and now Chris is into everything.
Yeah. We'll keep the surnames out.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, Chris.
Tom and
Chris.
Chris too. Chris Harder. No.
Chris Uglier.
No,
I think.
I'm not going to say that.
I have already today. Chris put a picture up of himself on Facebook saying, "Oh, I had a haircut and a shave, look better," and everyone was like, "Yeah, looking good." And I put up a GIF saying, "Oh, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit."
I'm not going to say that. He knows too much. So Chris too. Chris Harder, and then I don't know if another Chris comes along, they become Chris Hard with a vengeance.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah. So as it goes along, it goes along like that. So Tom had got Chris in, and I think the plan was originally, and then Chris was like, "Oh, actually, I'm going to be doing more of this side of things," and the group of friends who died when I first arrived were like, "Come and be spooky and weird in the league with us," and Tom's like, "Yeah." So that all happened.
Yeah.
And it was a very busy weekend that weekend, because it was also, I think, the coldest E1 I've ever had. Because my first one was the one that felt much more like a summer event, where it just didn't rain at all. That happens. And then that one, I was just the whole time like...
Yeah, that was where we had melted the floor of the tent.
Yes.
Well, I said we. That was Alex and Helen. I had melted the floor of the tent there, because we didn't know. Well, they didn't talk to anybody basically, and Alex just put the stove down, set it all up, and then put it all on. And Helen was cooking on it. She had all this prepared like stew and stuff like that. It was really, really nice. And then all of a sudden, Helen's just said a lot of blame suddenly. Well, all my fault.
Yeah.
And that was it. And it was sort of like, it doesn't smell good. And then they put some plastic like tiles underneath it as well. And it was just like, nope, that wasn't good either. And then it was just sort of like they had like paving slabs and rocks and stuff like that, which actually worked. So if you ever get into the 7 meter bell again, look at the floor underneath the chimney bit, because there's a nice.
No, I think a similar thing happening to some of our coven sort of our league friends, where they did have the proper mat and it was down, but I think it was the first time there hadn't been a bit of rain before we landed. So they
Mm.
put up the tent on dry grass. So there was like a circle of like dead grass when we helped them take down their tent. It was a bit. How had that happened? It was just like a circle of scorched earth. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, the reflect, is it refraction? I don't know science. Don't
Yeah.
ask me about science. But
No,
yes,
not me.
basically, yeah. Uh huh.
Yeah.
That's alright.
Yeah. Mike has just said, "Is the fourth Chris a good day to Chris Hard?"
I assume so.
Uh,
And then there's is it? No, it's
Chris
not.
Hard,
That's
Chris
the fifth
Harder.
one. The
That's the
fourth
fifth
one
one.
is Live Free or Chris Hard. That's the fourth one.
Excellent.
Come on, man. Come on.
That's awesome. I haven't watched Die. I mean, I think I gave up on Die Hard after the third one.
Mm.
That was the one with Samuel L. Jackson in, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And
I
I quite like that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it was just sort of like, nope, not watching anymore. I can't bring myself to do it. It's the same with Terminator. Watch Terminator 2. Then it's like, oh.
I'm gonna stick up for Dark Fate because I feel like it goes Terminator and Terminator 2. I've got a friend, Holly, who argues that they're technically different genres, so it's kind of difficult to compare them as films, and that's the point. But if we're gonna say it and say this just the sequels, I would say Dark Fate is on par with 2. It's just a lot moodier.
Yeah, I gave up on Dark Fate. Like,
Really? Oh.
yeah, 2/3 through it, I was just sort of like the Terminator. Well, not even the Terminator, the cyborg type thing. He was like half this, half human, and all that sort of stuff. Had the implants and all that. I was just like, I hate you.
Really?
I really hated her.
Pretty baked into the mythology.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, just
Okay.
didn't appeal at all. But Linda Hamilton now, I was just sort of like, yeah, old Sarah Connor, come back and still badass and all of it. I was like, that's great. No links to anything anymore, but you're just there blowing shit up. It's like, yeah, I could get behind that. That would have been great. But they're obviously just going, yeah, we're moving all this lot off to the side now, and this is the focus over here. And I was just like, but Linda Hamilton's over there. Can we go back and watch her again? So, but that was just my preference. But I loved Terminator and I loved Terminator 2.
Yeah,
So they
I've
were
seen
great, so.
all of it. I think apart from Dark Fate, I think we literally have all of it in DVD. I've seen all of Sarah Connor Chronicles as well, which is Chef's
Never
kiss.
actually watched. Never actually
Chef's
watched that. I do need to watch that.
You spend a bit of time with the people fighting Skynet, but you also spend a bit of time with the FBI agent who's trying to figure out what the hell they're up to.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of got not quite an X-Files-y vibe, but there is this not, and I wouldn't say procedural, but you have got this person who is coming into it and is trying to make sense of it. And it's kind of nice, even if he is sometimes being a bit smug. Because when you first meet him, he's sort of like, you're just making this up. This is all nonsense. And then he's like, oh, well, you were slapped in the face with a rocket launcher and it's not really done much.
I do, yeah, I'll have to give that one a go. George has asked, has a tent ever caught fire at Empire? Yes. I think I'm aware of about 3.
It has happened every time people have intervened and safety has been shut it down, basically.
Yeah. I was aware of one, I think it was in the league, and that was because it was freezing cold and they moved their fire while drunk inside.
I don't think that's before my...
Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was, and the tent caught fire quite quickly, but it was enough people nearby being sensible. I think it was people walking past saw it, and everyone was just there and stuff. So it was all. So that was all good. So yeah, Chris has caught fire himself. That's been very, very well publicised. Idiot.
Chris is a flame.
Yes, we need Chris
No,
Hard.
It's
movie
Chariots of
posters.
Fire.
We need Chris Hard movie posters now. I definitely think so. There were people who know how to deal with tent fires who were very close by. I feel another tangent coming. Yes. Only downside to this view is there's no mug to fill. Yes, this is true. I am slowly trying to find and make gifs for. Thank you, Ben. For this, and I'm trying to get the audio, so the sort of audio tracks. So if people want to make a GIF of anything to do with a channel or anything like that, let me know, and I can put it on. So I've got one for someone who new to follow, and I've got one for a new subscription as well. The victim of this said GIF is currently sat behind Dawn. So, yes, exactly. That is exactly.
Honey, you're gonna be a gift. I'm clapping myself.
Yeah, you can't hear it, unfortunately. Let's see if I can get it. Let's see if I can test it. There we go. I don't know if anyone can see that apart from me. Yeah.
Oh god.
So yeah,
it's gonna want an appearance fee now.
So yeah, so that was that's actually Helen's fault, that one, because she clipped it on the stream. So yeah, so if people have anything like that, because I want to make this all but a lot more community based and things like that. So let's get everything like that going, because I like the one for LARPs and stuff like that. And yeah, so I think Tom's just follow, and I've got Smith as my subscription. So I want to replace everything eventually with just stuff from this channel. So yeah, so yeah, we'll go like that. That time Kaza knocked Sam out, not on while he was singing it, not on my channel, unfortunately. So I won't have permission to use that. So, and I don't believe they upload it to YouTube or anything afterwards. So I think that whole stream is gone. As well.
Oh, wow.
So where everything I do ends up on YouTube because there's then a record of it. So but anyway, so we've gone on a rather large tangent.
Yeah.
As is normal. Well, I think they've happened on like the 4 or 5 that I've done as well. This is good. Maybe we can bribe her to beat him up again. I don't think it'll take much bribery, to be honest.
I think I'll just take a bottle of 2 feet cider. If it's who I think it is.
Or we just ask her. I think she'll just do it. So, because you're in the league now, aren't you?
No, I'm still in Dawn. This is the thing. This does happen to me. I'm still in Dawn because a couple of times people say to me, "So when did you move? So when are you coming back? Oh, we did." I was sort of, I'm in the same costume. I'm in the same soft kit. I'm in the same tiara. I know I'm still in Dawn. I just moved between the League and Dawn because logistics reasons, and being part of a group. Sometimes the League is where I get fed.
Okay, so you're still in Dawn then, and Tom's in League.
Yes, Tom's in the League.
Right. Okay.
I'm essentially in a house of my own. I've got a friend who's thinking of coming, but they'll only be able to come to like a couple of events a year. We don't know, so that's kind of in the air. But yes, I'm an army of one at the moment.
Have you considered recruiting all of the new, younger Dawnish players in the Hefty fam?
I'm thinking about it. In all honesty, most of them are coming in with their own groups. And the thing I always say is to people, like I think I actually said it earlier tonight on Discord when they were sort of talking about the idea of, how do people do recruitment and how do you meet groups? Because obviously there's the Facebook groups where you ask questions, and I would always say go and speak to people OC as well as having the IC conversation and get a vibe for or do you gel on multiple levels? Because it's one thing if you're just expecting to occasionally wear the same brooch and chat for 5 minutes, but if you're looking to spend time and like not quite write stories together, but you're looking to develop a wider arc together, then figuring out what you all enjoy is a part of that, and a big part of sort of like I would say RP satisfaction.
Yeah, I think you hear about it too often, don't you, where people have said, I'm going off to join this group, and then they get in the field, and after like 5 or 6 hours of being with that group, they're going, I really don't like it over there. I want to move I want to move somewhere else. So, because Mike has just said, I'm one of those people, but I am sadly pre-grouped. So, yeah. So I think I don't think they could do any. I mean, being in a field and being in the same house as you, Dawn, would be, I think, a blessing for most people.
Thank you. Basically, I play Earl Tamerlane. I'm big into arts, mace. That's my main thing when I'm in the field. So if you ever have any questions about things to do with music, arts, whatever, this is what I look like. My hair colour is going to change. So telling you to find me off the basis of this current appearance is absolutely useless to you. But I'll let people know this is the mug you'll be looking for closer to the time. And if you've got questions, because I spend a lot of time getting involved with different arts groups in different nations.
Yeah.
But also there's a political side to that which a lot of people don't know.
Alex has just put in a good point there. Says, I think getting in groups in play is a good idea. I just think some people are a bit worried they will be on their own.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I think anxiety and things like that play into the mind of a lot of people. And so I think going into a field and stuff like that. So I think meeting up with, like, on the next event, so when all the Hefty fam will be there and we'll all meet up, we're all going to have a drink beforehand. I think that's going to be really good, especially for the new players who are able to say, okay, so we know who Steve is, we know who Dawn is, we know who Tom is, so we know who Ben is, we know who George is, we know who Alex is, we know who Gigi is, we know who Becca is, we know who Helen is, Smith, Trot, Chris, all of these people, all these, like 30, 40 people meeting out there, and they're all going to go, well, we know who everyone is. I think having that as well, so if they do get to a point where they go, yeah, I can't take this anymore, and they go, oh, Dawn's over there, I'm going to wander, and they'll come over and be able to say, hi, I'm a bit stuck.
Yeah.
Because... Oh, there we go! An improbable one just subscribed.
Hey!
Thank you!
Well done!
Yeah.
But I would also say, speaking as someone who's pretty much technically been in their own group since day dot, don't be afraid of it.
No.
Because sometimes with a group, they'll have, like, this is our IC political angle, and everyone's going to cleave to it.
Yeah.
Or that there'll be other things in play, and sometimes if it's you on your own, okay, you don't have quite as much of a support network, and I understand why it's a worry for people, but in a lot of ways you can just sort of go, well, this is me, I've got responsibility for me, I'm doing this, and just get tore into it. And even if, say, like Dawn, the traditional is the houses and the house units and how that functions, but you also might get involved in different groups. So there's going to be, if you're a priest, there's your assembly. If you're a magician, which, however you call it in your nation, you're going to have conclave, and you might join an order in conclave. If you want to get involved in Senate and meet the senators, then there's going to be the sort of the various teams of senators and not adjutants, because adjutants is a military game.
Yeah.
Proxy. There's going to be the proxies. And there's going to, you'll find your own support network, if that makes sense. You'll build something that works for you if you don't have pre-made group coming in. Quite frankly, you'll also pick up resilience in a way, which might sound a little bit hardcore, but you'll be able to sort of go, well, actually, I can do this. As much as it's scary, it's sort of, sometimes I still find it really scary. I feel like Moon, you know, the wolf that walks off the pier.
Yeah.
Because the thing I do mostly, I've said before, and I'm probably not explaining it, so if anyone has questions so as I can better frame my explanations. But even with the music and the arts, you have people who do this for their professional life, and it is terrifying. You've got people doing their PhD. You've got professional musicians. I mean, we talk about Rusty Compass, who do the party anthem, but most of the people in that group, I think all the people in that group, are trained musicians in some form. Guy's got a horse fiddle, which you can't call in horse fiddle in field for obvious reasons. But it's this massive. It's essentially it's difficult to explain. If you look one up, then you'll see what it looks like. It looks like a giant mandolin that you play with a bow. But yeah, you've got some very talented people. I'm just sort of like,
Yeah.
I like to sing sometimes. It is fun.
I like to sing once, forget the words after the first line, and then walk away. That's my experience at singing. Oh, apart from singing when I'm with other people, then I'm all right.
Yeah.
But
No,
so
nay, never, no more.
yeah, they're talking about turning up on the Thursdays at the moment. So old Ben said my missus has anxiety, which is what makes it hard. I'm bouncy enough that I could solo for ages and enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, that's just one
I've
of
got
those.
anxiety myself, so yeah, it's scary. It's scary.
Yeah. Another perk to turning up on the Thursday, meeting people out of character that you then decide might be interesting to meet in character, or at least having had an interaction with people. I'm pretty used to being solo, to be honest. I've not played games with groups before. That's the difference between Vampire the Masquerade and Fest LARPs, to be honest. So,
Tell a lie, because you asked me earlier about my LARP history.
yeah.
I crewed for somebody one time. It was like a little linear that used to belong to a university, and then Birmingham had picked it up, and they were meant to have like their summer fet edition. Sorry, this completely random tangent. And Tom's like, "Oh, they're having a bit of a hard time. Do you mind stepping in?" I was like, "Yeah, I can be random lady in a dress." And then I think by Thursday or Friday night, things had gotten a bit wobbly again, and all of a sudden, I lead NPC, and I was having to run the tournament.
Wow.
I knew nothing about anything worked, so I just spent that entire day like, yes, quiet, very.
Best ones
Pulled
to
it off.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was right. I go like I've got anxiety. Every so often I end up right in at the deep end. I don't. I keep. Yeah. I don't know how I do it.
No, I think it's I think it comes down to personality there, Dawn. You're very easy to talk to, and you're nice and positive about people. So I think people find it quite easy to speak to you, and then so you get more and more out of games and stuff like that. So it's really, really nice. And I'm not just saying that because you're wrong, because I mean we've all seen how.
I'll Venmo you the payment for the good PR later.
I was going to say, and we've all seen how I've spoken to Justin, to Kit, to Sam, and all that sort of. I don't mince words normally. So.
I know. Well, I've got cake as well, which helps.
Oh yeah, well, cake always helps. So Alex said, honestly, I'm really hyped to go with my group, as we'll all be in it together as new players, but also with the community, I would be comfortable going alone. Yeah. Oh yeah, George has got a fiver. He's adamant that he's not doing stuff. He's not going to do stuff on his own. So he wants to actually. He's working quite hard. I think he's doing like names for. Is it no D&D. So it's like NPC names and stuff like that. So he's doing really, really well out of it all.
Cool. Well
so I was really, really proud of the guy. Proud of the lad. He's only 16. And he's doing all of this because he's adamant he wants to go out, buy his own kit and all of it, do everything himself. So that's it's got a fantastic ethic there. So it's really, really cool. So I'm massively behind in chat at the moment as normal. So I'm going to start working my way through. Literally can think of nothing better than meeting hundreds of new people. I've done that already. I'm hoping to come up Thursday. Really depends on my transport. I don't think my dad will be able to drive up Thursday, so I'll kind of stuck on turning up on Friday. Empire Travel Group, they are fantastic.
Yes.
Because you may be able to find some people who will be able to pick you and your kit up and bring you to the excuse me, I've got hiccups now. So it's all so it's really, really cool. Definitely worth looking at there as well. Becca says no pumpkins. She's the pumpkin queen. The pumpkin knight. Don't you remember this? We were talking about there was like an in joke or something. In joke
have I slept since we last discussed it?
No. Yeah.
I don't remember. The pumpkin night? What?
Yeah.
I think this might have gone over my head.
Yeah. I can always see if my missus can.
Oh, the pumpkin retainer.
The pumpkin retainer, that was it.
With Wink. Yes,
the pumpkin retainer, that was it. I loved I don't think it's going to work with my job either for Alex. On a body a house. They're exchanging crafty stuffs. I'm making you official. George has made Ben the official herald of the tree. So my tree backgrounds are doing well for themselves at the moment.
They are popular.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I don't know how to explain it to anybody though. It's
No.
So what do you do on your channel? Nothing really. They all talk about trees. I'm just sit there.
Just talking about trees.
Yeah. I blag confidence till I end up with confidence. Mind you, my day job now gets me talking to random people all day anyway. I usually end up being the dad for new younger players. Anyone know that Gordon Ramsay meme? Me too, new players. Don't worry, I'm here to help you. D&D. So George does D&D stat blocks and building Minecraft stuff.
Okay.
On Fiverr. So he's actually doing what he knows to earn a bit of cash and buy for his kit. So it's good. So Alex's dad is coming to Empire as well. So that so it'd be a bit rude to go without him. Yeah, I can see that. Do lots of sci-fi cons, advertising the group I'm in, and work conferences and speeches at short notice. So talking to people I don't know is my jam. Yeah, I mean when I did because I did LARP, I've spoken at 2 Comic Cons now, all about LARP. So the first one it was like in front of 100 people in that one thing. I've done one-on-ones with them and stuff like that, and it's it's been nice.
It's good.
It's nice. I'm hoping that Comic-Con, Touchwood, will be back up and running next year because I have been contacted about doing Comic-Con again this year.
That'll be nice then, yeah.
So it will be me putting together a... What's this? I've just seen a note just saying permitted term. Helen's doing a mod thing. Sorry, I'm very easily distracted.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that I'll be able to put a panel together of people to get them and come and talk on stage and stuff like that. So
that'll be good.
yeah, we do lots of panels and all that sort of stuff. I love Comic-Con. Absolutely love it. Because we had issues I can't really talk about from the very first one. And I had them contact me to say, yeah, this is something that's happened. Can we not do this again, please? And that was it. So I'll tell you when we're finished.
That's fine. Like, all feedback helps things improve, and sometimes it helps you learn things, even if it's like a bit But before, no, actually, I don't know what I was going to say that. But yeah, feedback helps sort of shape things. Like I've learned things sort of by going, oh, did this performance go over as well? Am I happy with it? Am I comfortable with it? And things like that.
Yeah.
At one time, someone came up and said to me after actually performance at the most recent theatre, which is now a year ago, which is really sad to think about. But one of the judges said, "Oh, it's this is the song you felt," and I was like, "Yes," and he was like, "No, I love the song. I just wanted to question you about word choice." I was like, because he was kind of asking me an OC question as I was leaving the stage, and I was like, it was actually a character decision because I thought they wouldn't speak that way, but that happens. But there was no nastiness from the person, nothing against the guy, because he was being helpful, and he was quite. Once I realised he wasn't saying it, I recognise this song, and he wasn't saying, I recognise this song, you ruined my immersion. He was saying, I recognise this song, this is good. What did you think about this though? Have you considered? And I'm like, oh, that's good. I have considered. This is why. Okay. Back to drinking.
They're doing a lot of tree puns in chat at the moment, so I've just sort of I've moved on from it now. So I've skipped
Leave
to the end of chat.
alone.
We've already had that one.
Oh right. So, it's now a good time to say I have put up, because I have a sound cloud where I slowly on my LARP, the songs I have built for LARP, I have put on Leaves from the Vine. So if you like crying, do you know Leaves from the Vine, Steve?
I've probably heard it. It's like when everyone says to me, do you know this song? It's like, no. And then they start singing it. It's like, oh yeah, I know that song.
Do you remember the cartoon series from the mid-noughties, and then it had like a sequel series a few years ago, Avatar?
I know of Avatar. I never watched it.
Okay. Because Leaves from the Vine is a very sad song that's featured in Avatar: The Last Airbender. But
Ah.
basically when this comes on, people explode into saline.
Okay.
And I've told a couple of friends, like some LARP friends, because sometimes, I'm going to do this song, I'm going to do this song, I want to do this song, but the beat is so difficult, doing it a cappella, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I've done Leaves from the Vine, and they're like, "King monster, you monster, I'm going to
Monster.
find you, I'm going to find you, and I'm going to sing it." It's sort of up there with Bambi's mum.
What, Bambi's mum's got it going on?
No. No, that scene, the level of sort of like weeping. Am I allowed to swear on this? Because damn, Steve. What's wrong with you?
I don't know. Bambi's mum has got it going on. That's all I'm allowed to sing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's brilliant. So I do apologise for all of that. Yeah, I don't really.
No, you don't.
There's
And that's why they killed us, Your Honour.
yeah. There was because I'm lucky enough to play. I've done the reviews and a playthrough for the new Werewolf the Apocalypse game. There's a song.
Okay.
The tangent from that is there is a song that's played over the end credits of the game.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
What is it?
It's a song by a local artist from Poland.
Uh-huh.
I checked him out on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got 4 subscribers, three songs on his channel.
He's gonna have 5 before long.
It's incredible. I can't
Uh-huh.
I cannot remember his name now. I put the song that I was listening to is in the LARP music bit, and it's so good. I finished playing the game. The game itself amazing, and I won't say what's happened, but I was just there, and then all of a sudden that came on, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is making me feel things. I don't like this anymore. So, but it's brilliant though. It is so good. It's really, really good. Oh my, what's gone on here? Something's happened on chat. Someone's just gone, Jesus Christ, chat.
Oh, no, I've seen it. Don't repeat it. Don't repeat it. We've seen it. We know what you did. I know what you did. Just stop.
Through your SoundCloud book has epic.
You've been told.
Nice sound good. Ones that you've wrong. I'm very excited. It's very glad for my good batch. What is that clip? You say Bambi's mum is more of a.
Don't. I've seen it.
No. Jesus Christ, chat. Okay.
5,000 years in the dungeon.
Yeah, just no.
For Stug. 5,000 years.
Well done, Stug. I'm proud of you. You don't send them to me. Send them to Helen, Phil H001. Is Dan in chat as well? Because I could have gone there, but no. Don't send them to me because all they do is they turn up in my chat thing and I look at them at the end and go, well, what do you want me to do about it now? So,
not very helpful.
Yeah, I'm no help whatsoever. So was there, speaking of a fun song stuff, that person on YouTube shared an Empire photo vid with Dream On with the song.
Yeah.
Oh, Nexus is host. The GIF that's just come up was when I did my LARP chat. That was the GIF that got me into the LARPs series. I love it.
Nice.
It's Who would have thought Podshots to introduce you to another TV show? Oh dear. So, anyway, back to LARP, Dawn. Back to LARP. Let's move on from this. So, you've been there for a few years now, and
a number, a number that we won't mention.
A few. What has been like your finest moment in the game? What do you look back on and go, oh, if I could go back to that moment, that would be.
I mean, I understand the point of that, but there's also part of me that goes, like, this is a thing that happened, it was cool. We're going to match it, or we're not going to replicate it, because I feel like with a character, there should be kind of like a journey, and it won't
Yeah.
always be linear going dup, 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 dup. It's going to be up and down and up and down.
Yeah.
Cool things that have happened was performing for the court of the Leonine Child.
Okay.
So, massive into Summer Magic and Dawn. We were handing something over, and there was this sort of ceremony that happened in the halls of the Senate, but we were also getting a bit of a look from High Guard as if you're getting your wrist smacked later. All the Summer Magic. But then I was basically accosted by a herald saying, "I want to meet all the best musicians in the land." So it just sort of came up and didn't grab me physically, but just had the herald right in my face. You, bring me to musicians. And I was just, okay. And I grabbed the General of the Golden Sun, who was beside me, because I knew people in his house. There was lots of musicians and singers who were either in his house or associated. And I'm like, do you know where this lady is? And he's like, I just sort of called him by his first name in front of all of his military mates, MC mates. So it was a little bit, and he was turning, "Hello, cousin," as if you're getting a bit fresh. And I'm like, I know I'm getting a bit fresh, but there's a summer herald behind me, so I don't care how fresh I'm getting. Where is she? Your other cousin? Because I need her right now. So I was sort of followed by this Penelope? That's not the word. Retinue?
Yeah, retinue.
Retinue.
Yeah.
And I was basically trying to keep calm, but the whole time going, I'm just being followed by summer heralds who want me to find the musicians and singers, and they won't leave me alone until I provide. So I'd managed to get people in, and sort of like, right, I was saying to we had a knight errant, and I was saying to him, right, grab these things from the tent, get the sweets, get some more chairs. If you don't have anything to do, this would be really great, little knight errant. And then I brought them in, and I'd managed to get people. And I was sort of, as I was going, you, come here, Summer Court, would you like to? And just, it was really nice, and it was off the spot. And I think I was probably too hyped up in sheer adrenaline to really appreciate it. But I was performing for people who don't think I knew at all. And also had one of the summer heralds, when we put down the sweets on the table, opened them up and sort of with the gentle sort of leg pop like this, was like, ooh, and kept winking at me throughout the whole piece, which was entertaining, slightly terrifying as well, because to contextualize for people who haven't been to the game, heralds are creatures of unfathomable magic who can take on a human aspect but are not human emotionally in any way.
No.
So you don't want to mess with them, you don't want to upset them. So it was very cool performing for them, being able to do something, I don't want to say competent and sound very basic, but it was able to pull that together at the last, literally, as I was walking and talking, pulling people into the encounter was really cool. And then they disappeared when they realised another group of heralds had come to fight in the Brewery Square, which we won't talk about. That gets enough mileage. And another really cool was a knight herald. This is all magic stuff. I'm not a big shout in Conclave. I don't go to Conclave super often. I just keep getting, being in the right point, the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
And I got pulled into an audience with a new Knight Herald. I had to sing for them, which was really, again, nerve-wracking, but also really cool.
That's awesome. It's good. That's the thing I love about LARP, is that you always get these sorts of memories, don't you? Think it could be the most innocuous thing that happened, and then it snowballs into something huge, and you get that sort of thing. We do have a few questions for you now. Where was it, Helen? What is your favourite piece of kit?
Because I am a luxury bitch, I won't lie. I'm going to be honest, and it's fine for me to call me that, but I like my creature comforts. And I like wearing the pretty dresses. I know lots of people have got this very sort of cool armor, and it's all very stylized. They've got personalized weapons, and it's like I'm always on the lookout for costume jewelry. So I've got really pretty coronet, I think is the proper word for it. It's just like lots of different. It's not very expensive, but it looks so cool, especially in candlelight. And because it's got these little things, I can pin it into my hair. And I'm hoping, I'm just going to pop this off for 1 second. My hair is much shorter than it was length, but I've got an undercut. So, jealous. So I'm hoping I'm probably going to get it shorter and shorter, so it's sitting sort of like a nice, not quite military cut, but something that can look a little bit more. I'm kind of enjoying having shorter hair, so I'm hoping that I can be able to learn how to slick it back because it's also super thick. And I realised, sorry, I'm not trying to rub it in. But the difficulty is when I go to have it styled, they sort of go zip zip zip, and they're like still there, and like just hack at it with the thinning scissors. I don't care. So I'm hoping to sort of trim it into a particular style so the coronet can sit in it, because as a tendency, a little bit wild. So I've got really pretty coronet, and there's also a tiara that looks like stars.
Oh wow.
That's nice to wear, and I love my dresses. I have a particular vendor that I go to for most of, and for all every so often I'll see something at another place, and like, I'll grab a bargain in other places as well, and like theatre off, costume off, things like that. I've got a particular vendor, and it always has nice ones, and they'll do it in every size for pretty much very simple prices. And it's like, yes.
There.
So
That's
cool. I've got a new dress to wear as well, that like Arwen's dress.
Which one?
Red and blue one.
Oh, okay, yeah. Lord of the Rings. I'm sold already. It's Lord of the Rings. I'm such a massive Lord of the Rings nerd. I love it all. Read the books every year, and yeah, I'm just sold straight off the bat. That's cool. I mean, that's one of the things I love. I mean, you get involved, don't you? When it comes to sorting your kit, you're just there. You're involved. I mean, I shocked people when I said I've got 4 Pinterests for Mac and stuff like that.
Pinterest life.
One of them is dedicated to his face paint. So it's.
I've got a LARP face paint. I've got a LARP painting. What I really want to get is like liquid eyeshadow that will actually stick, because I can do cool effects. I really like the ones that are sort of like multi-tonal. That would be cool.
I started
put that into the face paint.
I started to do a face paint design where I was like, yeah, I like this, and I started to do it all in the because where I'm unemployed at the moment, so I every now and again I'll go off and I'll go, yeah, I'll try that. I'll get an epiphany and I'll start doing it, and then all of a sudden it's like, as I've done it all, and it's like, yeah, that looks really cool, and it's like, wait a minute, I look like Hawk from the Legion of Doom. So for those not old enough, the Legion of Doom were an old WWF wrestler tag team.
Okay.
And they had like the face paint that was down like this, so it was like one of it's halfway. So if you Google them, you'll see them. But yeah, so I looked like that, and it was like, no, I can't do that. And then the other one was, I can't remember what it was now. But basically, I find that women, when they do their like fantasy makeup and stuff like that, and they put the face paint on, it always looked better than the blokes. Always, 100% of the time.
Just practice.
It's amazing. Even the designs, everything like that. So there was one that I was like, I would love to do, but I have nowhere near the talent to do it.
It's literally practicing and practicing and practicing.
Yeah, but I'm lazy.
Like, I know, because I was gonna train myself to put eyelashes, and that's not worked out. So I thought if I do it like after work each day while I'm working from home, then if it goes wrong, no one sees it. And if it goes well, I see how long I felt with it. And it didn't last 2 days me doing that.
Yeah, I need to do something. I need to do something.
There's cool stuff out there.
Oh, there really, really is, and
Uh-huh.
it's like my ultimate kit design. I've realised I'm just going to end up looking like Kratos from the God of War.
See, if I was going Wintermark, I'd kind of want to. I don't know. I can't tell if the Kurgan is evil Dawn or evil Wintermark or somewhere betwixt the two.
Who was this?
The Kurgan.
Oh, what, Highlander?
Yeah.
I was just thinking. Yeah,
The
yeah.
Kurgan.
Hello,
ladies.
Yeah, that was
Happy Halloween.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's very.
Because
That's very Evil Dawn.
Yeah, because a lot of people, when they're talking about what do you watch beforehand to get you in the mood, because a load of people in Dawn are like, A Knight's Tale, every time A Knight's Tale.
Yeah, boring.
And I'm like, it's not for me.
No.
I get why people love it. I get what it is they're getting out of it. But if you were to ask me what most Dawnish film ever, I'd still say Highlander. It's kind of closer to the emotional aesthetic, which sounds really...
No, I completely agree with you on that front.
Yeah, it's closer because we are driven to the point of beheading one another.
Yeah.
There can be only one. There can be only one who lives down through the ages, and tragic romance, and murder.
Yeah, murder.
And
Merda.
occasionally a Spanish peacock shows up. And I guess that makes Ramirez the league. I don't know.
Yeah, that's.
But like for me, that's the most. It's not the thing I watch to prep myself. I actually watch Revenge to prep myself because it's lots of rich and wild people doing sort of things, trying to be sort of coy, and it's the wordplay and watching how people hold themselves in society, ladies.
So I used to watch 300 to prep myself because I just like I love the fact that it's really strong people, but it's like Leonidas, he's not the one in charge there. So his wife she's in charge.
Lena Headey, who's also
amazing. Yeah, she's absolutely awesome. So yeah, I love to watch that because it's about being large and in charge, but also having that someone just whisper behind you saying sensible and just going, yeah, okay, I'll go that way.
On you go, son.
And that's it. And I love it. I really, really love it. But at the moment, I can't think of anything that I really sit down to watch. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, maybe. I don't. I really, really don't. So, right, I've still got questions.
We've got more questions.
So, why is Dawn the best nation, from Becca?
Oh, why is it the best? It's best for me, which is kind of like, I know the soft serve answer.
Is it the quick turnover of players? Because they all die in battle.
I survived.
It's true.
I've survived. I like being in Dawn because there's things I find interesting about the brief. I know people will be like, this is how you do it, and blah, but everyone does the brief a little bit differently because we're not all the same. We don't all process the information the same way. I like the costuming.
Yeah.
I like having this. I really should have thought about this harder, but there's something about it that clicks for me. I enjoy the aesthetics. I enjoy sort of the social role play and how that's handled. That we do focus on, like, a big thing is loyalty and ambition, and focusing on goals for ourselves in a very particular way, and the idea that the house should be pushing you towards reaching your goal. And how various alliances work and how the internet works, and there's a lot there for maybe aesthetics, different groups or sort of different briefs that wouldn't so much click for me, but I've enjoyed. I kind of feel like I do quite well there.
Yeah. Ben's asked, what's the best advice for those joining Dawn?
Um, don't be afraid of people giving it the big I am, because if you've come to Anvil, you're a big enough I am. You can always meet people that are like, I know that's the thing we've talked a lot about tonight is anxiety. You're going to make people know that they're a big shout, but you're also a shout enough in yourself. And if you're going about and you're trying to get involved in, like, it's okay to ask questions. It's like, ask questions, say, okay, so you know about this, can you tell me what you know? And don't, like, this is life advice as well, but don't be afraid to not know the answer. A lot of times people like will just make up stuff just to try. Oh, no, just be like, okay, actually, can you talk me through what you think about it then? So I don't know if I understand the same thing. I actually did that once because someone was trying to argue a political point with me in character, which I won't go into detail about because technically meta, but they were sort of having a conversation. And it can be one of the things I find sometimes is people know that you're from a nation and find out from your nation and go, okay, so you're like XYZ. And I always make a point of going, no, please tell me more what I'm like. Explain the thing to me. This poor simple Dawnish noble who doesn't know what money is. Talk to me. And they were trying to make a point, I think, about Dawnish internal politics, and I said, well, I'm not sure I know the specific thing you talk about, so can you explain it to me? And they went through it, and I said, this is what I think. And I think they were kind of surprised at my take on it, but it's okay to say to people, I don't know if I know the answer. I can try and find it out. I can try and give you an opinion.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay to not know stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of information.
Yeah.
No one remembers all of it off the top of their heads, and people that do usually have a network in place. They might have an aide who's like, this is the ambassador's wife. Can't be rude about her dress. Oh, it's a very lovely dress, the lady. They just don't worry if you don't know everything. Just think about a thing you'd like to try, and again, if that doesn't work out, just be honest with you and sort of think, well, what do I like, or is there people I like spending time with in character? And say to them, I'm floundering a bit, and the egregores are really good. We'll speak to your egregores and say, well, these are the things I think I'd like to try, and it's their job to look out for you.
Dawn, you've got Emma Rowden, haven't you now, as your egregore? Or is she
No.
Highguard?
She's Emma Rowden is Highguard. I think we have, because all of our egregores are the various aspects of the Knight of Heart. So we used to have Lady Riffensbane. Wasn't around as much last year. We also have Milton. I think it's Milton, who's the Yeofel egregore.
Right.
And we've got Lord Florette, who's the new questing knight, I want to say, because we had another. I think we had a knight errant, but the knight errant died. And I think it's now a different egregore game. So I think we have someone who used to maybe. I think they were an egregore in a different nation. I can't remember which one it is. And I don't know them. I've spoken to them a few times. They actually came up and asked me questions like, "Who do I find in the nation who does this?" And over there. So.
Yeah, I don't know any of the Dawnish egregores. Thinking about it, then
they've usually got the blue with a big yellow sun on it.
Okay.
Or they're dressed in red and yellow.
Oh right, okay then. Okay. Yeah. So what is it you've missed the most then this year?
It feels weird saying it, but fresh air. It's I think the thing that kind of, if this is a bit more negative, the thing that kind of has done my head in is it's been really nice at the start of lockdown going for walks, but then as restrictions went up and down, I kind of noticed people sort of not wearing with masks or taking precautions, and I was just getting really grumpy.
Yeah.
So it was trying to figure out, okay, when's it quiet? Because I remember we made a point of a couple of nights a week going for a nice long walk, and it was sort of like in a nice park, and we'd see people going out for runs, and then I think one of the bank holidays we went out, and it was one time they were told, right, on this day you can make so many people. No, you just had massive people
Yeah.
having picnics. But I've kind of missed being in a field in terms of sort of just having the fresh air and being able to walk around and stretch my legs.
Mm.
I miss seeing my friends, and I miss being able to go into the theatre and sing and listen to other people singing. Because I'm meant to be doing all this politicking around being high bard, and it's just
Yeah.
and getting to know the systems there. So
Are
it's,
you,
it's just all the stuff that's now on ice, effectively. It's just sort of sitting there out of reach, and you're like,
so how do you become a high bard then? Is it like a bard off? You'll singing competition? Is it
I
or?
wish, I wish. It's complicated. Uh, so we have the Imperial Bard,
Yeah.
which is the three refrains, and they're a sodality, and they're NPCs,
Mm.
and they're there to help people get more involved in the performance game.
Mm.
And then the High Bard is actually a position that someone, as one of the senators, created. I think it was a Donish senator. I think it was Valentine Giselle, and that's not meta because it should be on the wiki.
Yeah, pretty sure it is.
So that was put through, and that's a position someone can apply for. And it's basically within the year that you get to be High Bard for 1 year, and there's a time limit on it. And in that time, you're expected to create maybe not a great work, because a great work has a literal meaning in terms of things, but you're meant to make like a lasting legacy to hand over. And it's actually the synod who decides who it is. It was created by the Senate, but
Mm.
the synod,
Ah.
you addition to the synod, you put your name forward to audition for the synod, and then there's an audition time slated, and you perform in front of the cardinal and the sitting throne.
Oh wow. Oh, that's
Uh-huh.
cool.
It's really terrifying.
So is that what you're looking at doing next time round? Is it then?
So I'm going to give it another go, and if it doesn't work out, because this will be my third time auditioning,
Okay.
think of something else.
Have you considered killing everyone else who's going for it?
No, because that don't think it'll work out very well for me, because I also run the atelier, so I don't know if me saying I run the atelier may... but I run the atelier, which is basically meant to be like a sort of internation guild between different art positions.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to run an event, sort of musical within, just let us know so we can big it up. And we usually have like a meeting on a Friday night, a bit of a sing song, because Wise Guys puts up with, because Wise Guys also does this. Is something maybe I should have talked about a lot earlier. I run the Rashield Festival as well.
And what does that one do?
So the Rashield Festival is all about Empress Rashield, who is also the wiki, and she is a, bless you, exemplar or a paragon of pride, which I should remember.
Mm.
She was dedicated to pride. Correct me. No, correct me. It's fine. She was dedicated to pride. That was her big thing, and I'm pretty sure she's definitely an exemplar. Don't know that she's a paragon at the top of it. And House Cordraco a few years ago had started it, and it was basically meant to be an arts festival during E2 Spring Festival.
Yeah.
So it can coincide with the Night of Flowers, which is the thing in Dawn. And that would be people coming in giving poetry, painting, and different arts and crafts and competing. And then members of that group started to move off to different nations. And myself, my house, Tamerlane and Deverell kind of took it over. And then the members of House Deverell kind of moved away as well. So now it's me running Rashield Festival. So essentially we gather, it's meant to be in the Glory Square, usually because of the weather in the UK, we end up in Wise Guys.
Yes.
Which is fine. And people just, there's usually a theme, there's song, there's poetry, there's storytelling, and there's cake, most importantly, cake section. And once the judges have sampled, other contestants and spectators may also join in.
Oh, excellent.
And the Empress has provided us with that as well.
Yeah, because didn't she provide a painting of herself as a prize or something?
No.
Oh no, that was Was that the book? Not boss. The auction, maybe.
That might
Instead.
have been something else.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. Again, this is the point where I'm sort of like, is this a bit where I'm meta? But you know, people have been involved, and it's been really lovely, and they really enjoy it.
Okay, that's really cool. That's really cool.
Mhm.
So if people want to get involved in that, then they should come and see you.
Yeah, find me in the field. I will
Yeah.
also put posters close to the time in the field.
Yes, that's cool. That's really, really cool. So
But yeah,
yeah. So
I don't know what I was going to say.
that's fine. That's
I was
fine.
like, no, it's gone.
How would you? Because we're going for an hour and a quarter, and I'm still recovering, so I've got zero energy. So I'm feeling myself slowly
Yeah, that's
crashing out. I'm afraid. So how would you feel about closing us off with a song? How would you feel about that? Or would you
what
rather
kind?
not?
Do people have requests?
Well, there we go.
Ask
Any requests, or if you have a favourite?
I, I love all of my children equally. I don't care for Joe. That might be a bit too weird a reference. I can't really do Jealous Culture's accent either. I don't. Behold, it depends as for
Behold the Labyrinth. There we
We've
go.
got one vote for that.
So I think that is the song that's playing at the beginning of this stream as well.
Oh, good.
So I will say that one there, Ben. So but it's completely up to you, Dawn. At the end of the day, what's your favourite? Because one of the things I'm planning, because I want for November, I want to do a lot of Empire focused streams.
Yeah.
Because it feels like recently, the last 6-7 weeks, I've been very, like, obviously with the LARP stuff, and just moving away from it a little bit and doing. I mean, I love doing these chats. These are chats that are never going to go away, and they're always going to be here because these are so fun to do. Because it's great to go. Yeah, we got Empire, but it's also great to go. Yeah, but this is the player. Let's get to know the player here, and rather than just that game.
Yeah.
But November's going to be very Empire focused and Empire centric. I think would be a good thing to do. And one of the things I want to do that I was going to speak to you about afterwards, I'm
Special content.
Yeah, it's going to be an OnlyFans with all of my knees on it. It's just going to be just knees. I can't get it up high enough. I haven't got the energy.
Knees up, Mother Brown.
But it's about speaking to the performers and doing a chat about music and things like that, because there's so many different musical styles in that field.
Yeah.
So about performing and talking about their songs as well.
Yay, that would be lovely.
So to do something like that, so I'm messaging Andy Ruddick. Justin's already said he's going to do it. I'm going to have a chat with Sam Wheatley as well. So if everyone says yes, then that's one a week. So that kind of.
That sounds great. I keep meaning to plan duet with Andy, because it's a song I suggested to him. I ran it by him ages ago, because it's a song I had to translate part of it from Japanese into English. I keep meaning to say to him, should be practicing the duet for the field, but it's fine for me to try the masculine bit, but the minute I have to switch to the ladies bit, my voice goes all over the place. So there's a bit, and if I'm focusing on it, it's fine. But then every time I remember that later I'm going to have to record the higher section, I sort of go, it's wrong, because the guy's voice is doo-doo-doo. It's here, and then the ladies' version is it's quite up to the rafters for me. So I'm like, that was something of a real, but yeah. Sounds lovely.
Give us your favourite song. Give us the one that you enjoy performing the most.
Might as well do. I was going to do one I hadn't done. I realised that one's quite sad. Goodbye. So that's the thing. And now I'm just flicking through stuff. I've got it open. I'm just sort of like, now we're going this way.
Well, Bennett said, make one up about trees on the spot, as Gecko Gamer will be happy. but I don't think we'll ask for that. I don't know any songs about trees off the top of my head either. So
I don't either.
yeah.
Tom, songs about trees. He's getting because the chat have gone a bit wobbly. I know. This is why I married him.
You cut out completely there. I couldn't hear a
I
thing.
think I shall never see poem as lovely as a tree.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. It's excellent. Oh, it's a bit of a sad one, but it's good because the original is can also start at the beginning, Don. That would help. So let no one steal your time. I will do that one because that one it's sort of one of the more traditional ones to do. It's based on an English folk song, I think, and it was featured in the Madding.
Okay.
So it's easy enough to get hold and listen to the tune if you decide you want to.
Yeah.
I have tweaked it to do with folks, because the original is very much all about keeping. It's a little bit of warning to women to keep men out of their gardens. A euphemism, and that doesn't quite fly with the E&D policy. So I've instead made it about someone being very angry about a lover slighting them by giving them the wrong kind of gift and showing them sort of a lack of consideration, and sort of not full-on vengeance, but a little bit more angry murder rather than keep boys out of the garden.
Excellent.
It's not a subtle you.
Excellent.
Let no one. All you fair and tender, flourish in your pride. Beware, beware, keep your blades near. No one steal your time. Let no one steal time. When your chance has gone, no who'll fight for you. And every time a chance was all spread o'er with rue. We'll all spread o'er with rue. Questing night was standing by. 3 flowers he gave to me. Red, the blue, and purple true. From his castle's blooming tree. From his castle's blooming tree. But I refused the blooming bunch, gave a hawthorn tree. Told the world may plainly see, my love ruined me. How my love ruined me. Thank you.
That was really good.
I'm proud of myself.
Ooh, I'm clapping myself.
I'm proud of myself.
That's brilliant. I think this should always be a way to end the stream, to be honest. Not with a song, just clapping myself.
Oh, he's internet famous again.
That's brilliant. That's so good. But yeah, I like finishing that with a song. That was really good.
Oh, thank you.
It was really, really good. So I'm gonna call it there, and I'm probably gonna go to bed. We're meant to be doing streaming on Wednesday and Friday. That's a bit up in the air at the moment because of everything that well, I'm not too sure what we're doing.
Okay.
So I'll have a look at that, and then we can go from there. But thank you everyone for coming along who's in chat at the moment. Thanks everybody who's watched. liked, followed, donated, everything like that. It's fantastic, and I'm still shocked that I'm still going. To be honest, half the time, it's great. Um, Thank you, Dawn, so much for doing this. It's absolutely brilliant. Thanks, Ben, for posting the links there, mate. That's awesome. Thank you very much. And the Discord for anyone who's not in. Yes, and yeah, regular props and armchair armories there as well. Yep, you beat Helen. So Ben is the new king of mods.
You can find me in SoundCloud and Evil Shambles and Instagram Eva Shambles Art.
Yeah, the link is in Discord in the LARP music bit there, so that is in there as well. And the song I mentioned, I believe you have to scroll up a little bit, and it's in there too. Yeah. So that is all there. So go and check everyone out. Yeah, more chats will be next month is going to be Empire focused. So we get a lot of stuff there. So yeah, loads of stuff planned. Lots of music, lots of fighting talk, magic, probably politics.
New music never seen before in the field.
Yeah, that'd be really good actually. Yeah, do a little, record a little concert, and it's just music that people haven't heard yet. That'd be interesting. I'd quite like that. So maybe even run another little concert for something, like a little, not song and stories or tent aid, but something. There we go. Helen's put your SoundCloud into.
Thank you, Helen.
Into chat, so that's awesome. But yeah, I'll have a think about it all and get something sorted out. So, but yeah, so everyone, thanks for coming along. We'll be streaming again on Wednesday. If nothing comes up on Wednesday, I might just play the werewolf game and stream that while chatting away, because I love that game so much. Great story. So yeah, so everyone take care. Have a good evening.
Says bye-bye.
Oh yeah, Kitty's actually moving now. Yeah, having a bath. And that's so.
Front company. Can't take her anywhere.
No.
Front company.
And that's just Tom. So thanks everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for chatting and everything. It's absolutely fantastic. And
thanks for having me.
Anytime, Dawn. Seriously. So everyone, take care, and we'll see you all soon.
Bye.